So we have stress, which so many human beings right now experience, and all of the variants of stress, fear, feeling anxious, and feeling depressed, right? So all of what is connected to stress. Okay. And it's not to say that stress is bad. We need stress in some situations. It's an instinct, a survival mechanism that helps us, fight or flight, right? So the problem is when we stay too long in the stress response. And from this long state of stress comes disease, distress, dissociation. The problem is no one talks about the origin of stress, or not enough people talk about it. That's for sure, because so many of us experience stress, anxiety, and depression, and we don't easily connect the dots. We don't easily identify the origin of it, right? So, our proposition is that stress comes from unconscious, unrecognized emotional core wounds that prevent us to experience full growth and a healthy development during childhood or when we are a baby. And we have identified 6 emotional core wounds. Those emotional core wounds, they break us apart. They create a sense of separation inside our heart, inside our psyche. And it creates this separation by taking our energy in multiple directions, different directions. These 6 emotional core wounds represent the vast spectrum of toxic or poisonous events or characters that break this notion of being whole. And many of you know that the meaning of the word healing comes from the Old English that means wholeness. So these wounds separate us inside. And each one of us will experience a different combination of these emotional core wounds at different degrees of intensity. We have here 1 is neglect, 2 is rejection, 3 invasion, 4 abuse, 5 betrayal, and 6 abandonment. Now, we've realized that these 6 directions, these 6 wounds, relate to the 6 directions of the medicine wheel. The 4 directions on the horizontal plane, and the 2 directions that connect us to earth and sky. And the 7th direction is actually the center, the heart center. So, a beautiful pathway of transformation, of rebuilding ourselves, of recollecting all the parts that were separated due to these emotional core wounds, is to call in the directions, to call them back in. Okay. And so we have 6 emotional core wounds, and we have 6 antidotes one antidote for each wound to help us call back the energy, bring back the energy toward the center, toward the heart. Okay. So we invert the arrows. We cultivate these antidotes to bring back the energy toward the center. And these 6 vectors of energy form the sacred geometry of the heart. The sacred geometry of the heart, linked to the medicine wheel, is what we name the shamanic sacred geometry of the heart. And by visualizing these 2 pyramids, one representing the masculine pointing up toward the sun, and one representing the feminine pointing down toward Mother Earth, is what creates this harmonic balance of masculine and feminine energy when we bring back the energies that were dispersed, distanced from this one point of unity in the center.